Well, the landmark sentencing hearing began with the prosecutor reading out the 26-page summary of the facts, the first time the document has been made public. It revealed 15 months of planning went into the attacks. The gunman bought multiple firearms, 7,000 rounds of ammunition, military-style ballistic armour, and he studied the mosques in great detail with photos, their floor plans and details of prayer times. Now, 3 months before the attacks, he carried out a reconnaissance mission by flying a drone over the mosques to research the layout of the buildings as well as entry and exit points. But what is even more frightening is that there could have been even more victims, as we heard that he planned to attack a third mosque and burn the mosques down. After hearing graphic details about the gunman's movements on the day of the attacks, we heard the first of dozens of victim impact statements read out. Among them was Gamal Fouda, the Imam of Al Noor Mosque, who addressed the terrorist directly, and he said, quote, "You were misguided and misled. If you have done anything, you have brought the world community closer with your evil actions."
Richelle, what happens next then? Because as I mentioned at the top, their sentencing isn't due until Thursday, is it?
That's right. Well, more victims, we're set to hear from more victims who will revisit their trauma. We're expecting to hear from a total of 66 survivors and family members of victims. Some will say their piece in court in front of the gunman. Others have recorded video statements, and some will have their statements read aloud by lawyers. But they all have one thing in common. Each will reveal how these attacks in March last year have forever changed their lives. We may also hear from the gunman, as he has chosen to represent himself after firing his lawyers last month. He's expected to receive a life sentence at the end of this hearing. But the question is, could he be the first person in New Zealand to receive a life sentence without parole? Well, we'll have to wait a few days for that, as the judge, Justice Cameron Manda, said he won't be delivering his sentence until at least Thursday morning.